Hi guys! So it's time for my September favorites. You guys know the drill. These are things I love. Shows, movies, food items, absolutely anything and everything. First up on my list is this guy. Now, I know you guys have heard me say this before, but I feel like cheap lash curlers work the best. This one is from Mini. So I'm going to come in actually closer so you guys can see the difference. I have deliberately not done my lashes for this video right now. This eye not done. In just 2 pumps, can you see the difference? Like, I have really long lashes myself, but the minute you do this, look at that. Now, let's do this one. See that? Ta-da! So yeah, I mean, for me, I'm always someone who likes the ones with the springs in them. Like, you know, when this springs back, you know, it has a spring in it. And that is really, really good in terms of, gives you that pushing, pulling, whatever mechanism, and gets your lashes up, and it looks really, really cool. So a lot of the time I don't wear mascara, but I like to curl my lashes. My earlier lash curler was one of those fancy expensive ones that I bought, but it just wasn't giving me that, you know, the actual flip that I really, really like, which I feel like these guys do really well. This one is from Mini. So now that it works, I'm getting 2 more because I'm going to need 3. One for my handbag, one for this house, which is this, and one for the other house. Then we have my favorite movie. It is The Comeback Trail. Now, this one is a comedy. It's about people making a movie about people making a movie. It's got De Niro in it. If you're looking for like a nice light watch, this was quite fun and like an easy breezy watch. So I would definitely recommend it. Next up, we have something pretty big. It's this guy. So I bought a new vlog camera. You guys have heard me talk about getting a new vlog camera for really, really long while I was buying this one that you're watching this on, the Sony A7C. I thought I would upgrade my vlog camera to the ZV-1, but now there's the ZV-10, which is what I got. I think the ZV-E10. It's fab and it's a little heavier and bulkier than my older vlog cam, and I just like randomly bought it. I actually took Karima to buy this camera for her channel and stuff, and then I saw it and I was like, you know, Sherry, it's time you upgrade. And a big part of like our business is actually putting back into the business, you know. So this is like an investment for me because it means you get to see better quality vlogs. And I used to obviously upgrade my vlog camera earlier as well. It was a point and shoot earlier. This is like obviously much better option because I have a removable lens and better quality and so on. And yeah, it's hard sometimes because equipment is really expensive and you feel like, oh my god, should I be getting this? Should I not be getting this? But after like a year of thinking and then making her get her camera, I went back the next week and got my camera. So yeah, very excited about this guy. Lots of vlogs coming for you. Okay, up next we have favorite moments. There are 2. One is good and one is good but not so good. Let me explain. The first one is very exciting, guys. My visa has come for my next trip and I'm still crossing my fingers because I have not left the country in 3 years. And Vaibhav and I are doing a trip after really, really long. Like, it's a work trip, but like, yes, I'm all excited to travel. And that moment, like when I got that email, I was like, okay, now it's happening. But you know, it's never happening till you're on that flight. So, I mean, yeah, but that was moment number 1. Moment number 2 is a little more sentimental, a little more emotional. So, you know, I always say, like, you guys think you guys know what is going on in everybody's life through Instagram and whatever. Even I think that when I'm watching, like seeing people, I'm like, oh, I know everything about their life. Well, actually, you barely know like 10-20% of their life because there's so much going on behind what everybody shares. And yeah, the reason I'm saying this is because my mom's been ill for like 2 weeks and a lot of you probably don't know that. And the traffic is really killing my vibe right now. But I'm going to have to keep sharing because otherwise I'm going to lose my trail of thoughts. So bear with me, people. So yeah, my mom's been ill for 2 weeks. She had dengue, but we couldn't really get, like, the tests were not accurate and it never really showed as dengue, but most likely it was dengue. And there was this one day when all her counts were really low and the doctor was like, you might need to hospitalize her. And that really, I mean, you know, scared me. Also, like, I was very, like, oh my God, wired and like, oh God. And those 24 hours till we had to do her tests, and then her tests came back and her counts had gone up. And that moment for me was such a relief. Like, when I knew she didn't have to be hospitalized, because I feel like when your parents are older and they need to be hospitalized, like, it happens often with, like, you know, illness and stuff, because obviously most doctors want to be careful. But in that moment, I was like, oh my God, no. Because obviously they've been out of the hospitals for like the last 2 years. Like, the last time we were in a hospital was when my dad had his knee replacement, touch wood. And I hope we can keep it that way for a while. But yeah, that was like a you know, moment where I was like, oh my God, thank God. And she's doing much better now. So I mean, I'm happy that she's improving and she's, you know, healthy again. But yeah, that moment for me was, it was like such a relief. Definitely my favorite moment, to be like, okay, she's getting better and she's okay. Next up, we have this guy. So this is the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors moisturizer. Now, I am very new to The Ordinary. I recently found out about them in the pandemic in a Clubhouse room. Yeah, when Clubhouse existed, guys. It still exists, but as in, like, when it was cool and people were chatting about it. And then obviously they recently launched in India. And I am actually currently using this with the HA serum, their HA serum. Remember I told you guys I'm going to do a video with trying different HA serums. So I'm on my third HA serum now. And maybe then I will do like a detailed HA serum video for you guys. But I'm using this with their HA serum right now. And it is really lovely. I feel like, you know, a lot of people are going to think, okay, maybe it's expensive. But I guess given the size, like this is 30 ml. But I don't think it's that expensive because you need just a little bit. And I'm actually going to show you guys this because the texture is really like creamy, like white cream. But then when you put it on, super light and it vanishes. So you can see it looks very white. Like when you initially put it, you're like, oh my God, this is gonna be like a cream. But it's actually not. It gets very easily absorbed and then doesn't leave a residue or oil or anything. And if you use it over HA serum, it's great as well. That's what I've been doing. And I have really liked it actually so far. Definitely liking this guy. See? All gone. Definitely would recommend this, especially for like oily, sensitive, acne prone skin. That is my skin kind. So if you're type, I mean kind, I'm saying. So if you're like that skin type, you probably will like this. But again, with skincare, guys, please try something, do a patch test. If it doesn't work for you, leave it, because everything doesn't work for everybody. Up next, we have a new favorites category that I'm starting, guys. So you guys know that I do like to do a lot for local brands and businesses. And in the pandemic, we did a lot of, you know, shop local videos here on Instagram and so on. And I feel like I'm going to add another segment to my favorites, which is my favorite, like current favorite local brand or business as and when I come across something. It may be every month, it may not be every month. But this month's favorite is Myrha by Rhea. It's a jewelry brand. Now I'm wearing their jewelry today. I've been wearing their jewelry actually quite a bit. A lot of my stuff that you guys like is there's the Sherry necklace that I've worn before. These are actually my current favorites. These are like spiky bangles. I saw these and I was like, oh my God, I need these in my life, because you guys know how much I love spikes. They come as a set. They come as separates, as gold, silver as well. And I really love this. Like, this for me is like a good stack. So I have used their stuff quite a bit and I love the quality. It doesn't like get black or lose its, you know, luster or color. Remember this bracelet? So this you guys have seen me wear a lot. Like, I pretty much wore this through the pandemic over the last year. Looks as good as new. This is also theirs. Lots of the stuff I have is theirs, and yeah, it's very affordable. It's really chic and trendy. Definitely check them out. Okay, time for my favorite shows. First up, Netflix. Delhi Crime Season 2. Finished it. Fab, fab, fab. Like, so well done. Like, you cannot stop wanting to watch it. Like, one of the best shows on Netflix right now. Definitely watch it if you haven't. Amazing. Then we have the first of the reality TV bit that I'm going to talk about is The Fabulous Lives of Bollywood Wives, not Lives, Season 2. It is chatpat, it is nice, it's entertaining. If you watch it with that thing of, yeah, it is slightly, scripted or embellished, I would say, in places. But as any reality show on the planet is, it's entertaining, it's fun, and it's something, if you like reality TV, that you will like. Next on my reality list is Dated and Related, which is quite interesting because it's set like siblings, like a brother and a sister, or two brothers. They all like basically put into a house like this, and then they like date across, like someone's sister dating someone's brother and whatever. And like that is the reality show, and then there are winners and stuff like that, which was pretty interesting. Because I don't think I've ever been for a date with my sisters like now. Like, I don't think I would do that as like, so yeah, it was quite interesting and fun to watch. Next on my list is Selling OC. Okay, or Selling the OC, whatever it is. If you like Selling Sunset, you will like this. It has some interesting characters. There's Masala and some really good looking people. Like, I'm like, how are all the realtors on any kind of selling whatever so good looking? Like, makes me wonder if it's real, but yeah. Then we have Love is Blind Season 2, After the Altar. Now, I don't want to give out spoilers about like who's together, who's not together, because if you've obviously watched it, you will be excited to watch it. This for me was really the best, I think, Love is Blind season, because it's also continued and continued. But now I feel like it's dragging a bit. I think, like, of course, this is going to be it for this season, then they'll have another season. But I just feel like it's become a bit much with, how they just keep adding like the wedding, then after the wedding, then after this and after that, and whatever. And I think at some point needs to stop. You know what I mean? Then there's the mystery of, oh, did it last, or are they together, or who got together, and all of that. But yeah, it was still worth the watch if you like the characters and you're invested in the people. Like, I was really invested in Dipti, and I really liked this bit. But then, I mean, I'm not saying anything. Then we have Little Women, which is the K-drama that I'm currently watching. And no, it's not like the original Little Women. It's a story of three sisters. And it's quite nice and quite real when you see a lot of these, amazing, flashy K-dramas where they're all well dressed and whatever. This family is from more humble beginnings, and their struggles and all of that. And it's more realistic. And so far, I'm really enjoying it. Another docu-reality show is the Bling Ring. I did not know about this whole story. It's based on true events. There was also a movie. I really had no clue about any of this, you guys. But it's quite wild. I would definitely recommend it. And it's also kind of gives you an indicator about, people, how people want to be famous, and how they kind of spiral into this situation of having to do things or steal things because they want to like maintain this certain lifestyle or facade of who they are in Hollywood. Yeah, just watch it. It's pretty interesting. Another show based on real events is the Dahmer story, Jeffrey Dahmer. That's what I'm watching right now, and it is crazy. Like, I cannot believe that this has actually happened. Like, I mean, it's nauseating sometimes when you think that, oh my God, like, do people actually do this? And it's really scary. But definitely a must watch. Okay, moving on to Hotstar, one of my all-time favorite shows, The Bear. Okay, what a show. It's obviously been renewed for season 2 now. But it's just like you feel for this guy. There's so many emotions, and it's just a fab show. Definitely check it out. Then we have House of the Dragon, which is going well. I mean, I think if you're a Game of Thrones fan, you will definitely enjoy it. I'm enjoying it. I'm liking the characters. I'm liking the way the story is kind of going. I just wish we could see more of it. Like, this one episode is just like, when is the next episode coming? Up next, we have The Patient. Again, pretty intense and serious. It's about this guy who kidnaps a therapist and how, you know, he wants to kill people and how he's kidnapped a therapist to give him therapy. So it's quite a like catch-20 situation for the therapist, who is played by someone that you will really like watching. But yeah, I don't want to give away too many details, but yeah, really, really good show. Currently watching that. It's ongoing, but so good. Of course, the OG reality stars, we have the Kardashians. New season out. First episode is all that's come out, but I watched it and I really felt for Khloe Kardashian. I feel like she was the subject of many jokes and has been the subject of many jokes and a lot of judgment over the last, you know, few years. And this time I was like, man, like, you know what the thing is, when these things happen, even the reality shows come out months later, right? So now when it's out, obviously everybody's like, oh my God, we feel for you, we support you. But at the time, I remember reading really horrific things across social media about the situation. And this time, like normally I'm not someone who's like, oh, you know, of course everybody's a real person and they're online and all of that. I get that. But my heart went out to her. Like, watch this episode, even if you're not a Kardashian fan, if you don't want to watch the whole series. But this episode was as real as it gets, and like, you will feel for her on a human level, because it's just not cool what happened. Then, of course, HayU, my favorite destination for reality shows. I don't know what's going on. This month is all reality TV, guys. I've really gone down the reality TV rabbit hole. We obviously had my usual, you know, not Desperate Housewives, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which is my all-time favorite. Current season ongoing. I think it's going to come to an end soon, but it's really like masala. Like, every week when the new episode comes, you're like, okay, what's happening now? Okay, what's happening? And every week you're left like on a cliffhanger where you're like, oh my God, what happened with that fight? Or what is the final outcome? And, you know, stuff like that. So, very exciting season. And then we have a new reality discovery, which is Below Deck. I'm currently watching the Mediterranean series. So, I've watched the latest one and I'm actually going backwards now because I started it randomly. I watched the newest season and it was really fun. I was like, oh my God, this is so good. And now I'm going to go backwards. But yeah, the latest season, fab. So guys, those were my favorites. Lots of reality TV, clearly. Sorry about that. I didn't realize it until I made my list. But I will watch other shows next month. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Comment below with your favorite shows, food items, makeup, anything. And I will see you guys next month. Bye.